welcome back to another Sims 4 building challenge. Today, I'm going to be taking you all around the world. We're going to be inspired by wherever the world takes me. I'm going to be going into Google Maps, actually. We're going to be getting inspired by real world. I've done a challenge like this before on my channel where I think I just closed my eyes and I like clicked a random location and I went to the town that I clicked on and then, you know, kind of closed my eyes again and chosen another place. And within that area, I found myself a house to build. And considering the last time, I don't want to spoil that video for you. If you want to watch it, I'll link it down below. But I think we got somewhere in Florida. So I remember saying in that video that I wanted to try a European country. So I think what I'll do is I'll like leave the map somewhere like here. I'll close my eyes and I hope I don't get Ireland. I don't think I will. I think it's kind of going to be hard to click over there. Also, a really fun part of this video, because obviously I'll be able to get inspired by the outside of the house, but not necessarily on the inside. So then maybe we'll pop into Pinterest and I'll put in, just say if we get Switzerland, I'll type in Switzerland themed house inside and we will kind of get inspired by the interiors potentially found in most or common Switzerland homes. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this. If you are enjoying my videos, please don't forget to subscribe. Let's get straight into this. So I think I'm going to, whoa, earthquake. Okay, I think I'm going to close my eyes and let's generate ourselves where we're going to be going. Right guys, I'm going to go here. Oh, Germany. Okay. Is this still Germany? Saarbrücken. Okay, so I think I clicked around this location. So considering this is like the closest town, why don't we get inspired by... Wait, is this Germany? Sorry, I'm like getting confused with the lines. Yes. Saarbrücken, Germany is what I clicked on. That is so cool. I don't think I've ever created a German style home, so this would be very interesting. Why don't I just like click on a random location, like maybe like here somewhere? Okay, so I got myself to this location. It's still obviously Saarbrücken, but I'm going up this hill, right? I'm traveling. I'm going up this hill and I'm kind of finding houses that are similar. Well, similar. I kind of like this. I don't know how this whole idea of this roofing is going to work. Similar with this one as well. Like that's such an interesting concept of a house. Why don't we maybe try build like one of these homes? Like look at the concept of these roofs. This is so cool. That is a very interesting house. And so is this one. I love like the purple flowers on this one, but I also love the roofing on this one. Maybe we don't have to get inspired by like one specific house. Maybe I can take concepts out of these three homes. It's like, look at this. Is this one house or is this two homes? Why am I getting like Japanese vibes out of this? I have no idea. So looking at the worlds that we've got, I know that Windenburg, I believe, is inspired by certain areas of Germany. So I feel like this is a perfect location for us to build. But I always say I want more Eastern European locations. Like I'm glad that they've added Germany like this, but I really want more locations that are inspired by like European cities, like for instance like Poland or Austria. So our house is kind of like in the suburbs, so I'm thinking I might go into the rustic residence. So I'm going to take inspiration from the images that I'm going to leave for you on the screen here as well, and I'm just going to create a rough idea of maybe 3 of these images combined together. But I'm just very interested about that roofing, because also you can kind of see through the images that the second floor is almost like in the roofing. I don't do that very often. So we definitely want like a 2-story house, primarily kind of like square shaped. There doesn't seem to be any kind of interesting like concepts. I kind of like the idea of the third house, like the kind of fancier option, maybe having a little bit of a separate kind of area coming out like this. We got the roofing. Like I'm just genuinely like, I'm scared of how I'm supposed to make this look good. I also like the idea of this like garage that's almost like connected to the house. It's like a long enough garage actually. It's kind of like something like this. So I'm thinking, why don't we create this almost like a drivable, oh my god, stunning stuff over here, isn't it? I'm kind of thinking we do like a drivable garage, but also maybe access to like a little shed kind of scenario. So this could also be like a big shed, but from this side you can drive in and then you can kind of see in one of the images that you can access through a door on the side. So just say if I do this, there also seems to be like 2 separate garage entrances, but is that a bit overkill? Maybe I'll just do one and we'll make this a little shorter, and maybe we could add like a window of some sort. I'm just placing down ideas for the time being, just for like size. It does seem to be like a bit of a flat roof, but I think if I maybe turn this into like a little bit of a structural roof, I think maybe that might have an interesting concept. Now, when it comes to the actual house, house. How do I do this? Like, I'm actually so confused. Because a part of me wants to do this. Let me just play test this. Oh my god. This is like the final exam of roofing for me. A part of me wants to do a concept like this, but in The Sims, this isn't necessarily going to work if I do it like that, because then we're gonna have a corner piece like this, unless I somehow just take this, make it go up high. No, that also is not going to work. What the heck am I creating? What about like this thing? No, that's still going to have a portion coming out. If I could just like cut this section off, I could do this. Wait, stay with me here. Stay with me, I beg. No, that's my original plan. That's also not going to work. I'm trying to achieve like that second image idea. I just really don't understand how they did this. Okay, the other option is just doing something very basic and kind of creating a smaller upstairs. Although no, the upstairs seems to be the exact same size. So maybe actually it would be this width. And then we've got like this portion going along this side. I just cannot wait to read the comments and you guys being like, why didn't you just do this? Like it would have worked. And I would have been like, oh yeah, that would have made sense. But I don't pay attention. And also, wait now, if you press Shift and C, you get like these 2 extra points. And looking at these roofs, they do have a little bit of like a curve, a little bit of a slide feature to them. So maybe something like that actually makes sense here. And then I copy that over to the other side. Guys, it's taking shape one way or another. Something is working. Then we just take this and yeah, there we go. That's what we've got. Wow, what a beautiful house. Oh, like logically, that is kind of what I'm seeing here. Because if I extend it, that just looks wrong. So I don't think it can be extended. We also then have like a really interesting little peeping roof, which I like the concept of. How do I make this work? Almost if I could do something like this so that I could put a window in there, but it's like, oh God, it's like the other way around. Wait, do you see the vision or did I just totally make something that looks so weird? Like I'm trying to make that little like peeping roof, but it's just not working. Nothing's really working when I tried to make it though, does it? And then I just wish I could do, oh no, what the heck is that? I really cannot figure out how to do this roofing without making it look just totally ridiculous, but I still want there to be like a loft kind of idea, which I know this is still wrong because the roof is meant to be like sloping down, not creating like a totally weird divot here, but honestly, I still think the vibe is kind of coming across. And then I was trying to desperately do something here with the windows because like they just love putting windows into their roofing in these images. And I could do something like this, but I just don't think that also has the same vibe. And I honestly can't figure out how else to do it. So this is unfortunately what I'm going to have to, I think, work with. I also feel like that roof on the shed is actually like a darker roof. Sorry, on the garage. So maybe something like that is kind of interesting. Now for the other side of the house, we also want to have, I think, like an upstairs area. So like, wait now, let's just plan this out. If I do something like this, right? I almost want to have like a roof cutting this whole building in half. And also like the sides of this building are a roof. Honestly, these buildings are so interesting. I am very intrigued and I'm just desperately like butchering these places. It also looks like this roof is almost like a little bit more of like a slate kind of modern look. So maybe actually kind of something like this if there's like a lighter color. You see then like the side of that portion of the building is also kind of like a slatey color. So if I take this, can I like put that here? Apparently I can't. Oh no, I can. Things are good. Things are fine. So I could do this, but this has to be also like the slate color. God. What is this? This doesn't look good. Am I like wrecking this house? I think so. But am I having fun? Yes, I am. Then the other roof is actually the same as this roof, just kind of like that. I mean, this is definitely something that I've never built before. Wait, now that I think about it, I think these are connected actually this way. Okay, I know I'm like merging 3 different images into one. So obviously it doesn't really make much sense currently, but we will make this work. We will make this look good. I promise. Hopefully. I mean, it doesn't look the worst currently. It is definitely giving me like different vibes, totally different to what I've ever built. So you guys should be extremely proud of me. Why can't I put this roof over here? I'm wondering why. Oh no, I can. Oh no, that went downstairs. Interesting. Okay guys, I don't think it's looking too bad. It's looking a little clunky, but I think the vision is kind of coming through and I'm really enjoying trying to build something totally different. And honestly, I just love the idea of like the red roofing. So in Poland, where I'm from, red roofing is like a very traditional kind of like Polish build concept. And even when I see like red roofs being installed in some of the new builds around Ireland, I always think of just like Poland for some reason. It just brings me back. I think it's really nice and it's really cute. So I think the concept of this red roof, like I want more of it in The Sims, if you get me. That's why I always like wish there was more European worlds. And I know that some people may argue that like, oh, we don't need it. Like there's other worlds we need to get inspired by. But honestly, I think we need just inspiration and we need more representation from all around the world. If they are going to be creating more packs, I would love to see more representation of actual places around the world, because it can make you feel cozy. It can make you feel more at home looking at these type of builds, you know? And I think that red roof is really like bringing something back to me, which I think is adorable. But I mean, this is definitely looking like one of the weirdest things I've ever built in my life. It's a combination of 3 different actual real life builds, and I think that's exciting. I think that's fun. I am going to roughly put like out the windows where I want them. Also, let me think, what kind of windows do I want? I'm looking over to this side because that's where my images are. And the windows kind of actually remind me of the German kind of Windenberg, just say one. So maybe we'll use some of those. The get together pack, when do I ever use this? I never do. So you guys also think you should appreciate the fact that I'm using these objects. But now looking at this concept, looking at this build, it makes a lot of sense. And I think these will work quite nicely. Now I know the last build, like build number 3, just say, that one seems to be like a nice refurbished one, but I am going to, I think, use inspiration from the first 2 homes and just make it a little bit more traditional feeling. I kind of like the idea of these 2 windows being like here, which I know that takes up a lot of that world, excuse me, that a lot of that window space on that section, but maybe that's interesting. Also, where's the front door? Like, where is the front door of this house? Also, I hate the way this is like just like a little hat on this. Can I make this bigger? Does that look a bit too big then? No, maybe this is fine. I also now feel like this should actually be longer on this section and just have it come through a little bit, because looking at that third build, there's almost like a inside that corner where the 2 houses meet, there's a lot of roof happening, and I think that's kind of the idea that I'm seeing here, as best as I can anyway. It also seems like the idea of this side roof and the top roof is a little too flush for me in The Sims, but I don't think there's actually anything else I can do about it unless I do this. But do I like this concept? No, I don't, because that looks like the house has a fringe, and now I can see a face in the house and I can't unsee it, so maybe we're okay with this idea. Okay, I did not realize these things don't actually like disappear in the inside of the house. So you're telling me that we have to have this here? Because I do really want these things to be here, like whatever these things are called. I like them, unless I just literally like enclose this section so that we don't even see it, but then it still deletes them. Are these not supposed to be in like this? What if I make them smaller? Okay, they still poke through the house. Are you bloody kidding me? Okay, I could do this. I hate the way they're extruding so far out, but like they just won't let me do anything else. I was also trying to figure out some sort of a floor plan, because looking at that one of the houses, they kind of have like a little bit of an extruding portion. Actually, from experience of like builds, separate builds like that in Poland, they wouldn't normally have, I guess, a house on a foundation, but they would have like a little bit of like a platform to step up. So I kind of did something like that here too. That would potentially have a nice vibe here. I kind of want this to be like further out, but that does look a bit too dramatic. So maybe we're okay with this. I'm also thinking that the front door, can't really see it there, but I'm kind of thinking that it would just be like a pretty regular door, probably something like this, but this is cutting into the roof a bit too much. Oh, actually, wait, now maybe something like this actually would work, because we almost have like that roof being like metal as well, so it kind of has a nice vibe to this. Oh, wait a second, we also have got this thing. This is cool. This is essentially what I was well, not what I was trying to create, but like if we had this thing, can I like put that in there somewhere, like on those? Not really. And then I was thinking of doing something like this, where I kind of leave like a window open, just say like a section opened, and then I put a window in there, and then I also take one of these and like just like make it smaller and make it go like this. But I have no idea how to figure this out, and in my eyes it's just not working. Oh, you get the gist. Like I'm trying, I can't figure it out. Actually, wait a second. If this window goes all the way up here and I elongate this, then make it match the curve, move. That is actually, wait a second. I think I'm going to try and make this work. Okay, guys, I know this looks a little weird, but this is probably the closest thing that I could create to this whole concept. And I think from the inside of the house, it kind of looks a bit silly from the inside of the house, but that's just the way it's going to be. It's kind of giving me the closest vibes. I know I still probably did it all wrong, and there's probably a better way that I could have done this, but I love this. I'm really happy. So this is what I've got going on. I'm actually like, it's finally taking shape, which is actually ideal. And the thing about these homes is that the three of them are painted white, which is also a very common thing, I believe, in Poland. So I do kind of want to make this just white, but I am going to pick maybe this boldly brushed white because it has a little bit of a texture to it. So I'm going to run this throughout the whole entirety of the house. Now, I was thinking though that for this section of the roofing, although no, never mind, because now I'm looking at it, it is still painted white, like even where the windows are. Oh, guys, I'm actually like obsessed with this house. This is crazy. And the actual gutters that I use all the time, they do come from Get Together. And looking at these homes, if you zoom in, they do have a nice irrigation system, making sure that the water is leaving in a nice manner. So maybe I'll go for these like golden ones. I'm kind of inspired by one of the houses that kind of has like a gold one. So I'll put a couple of these around just to make sure that the irrigation system is perfect, that all of the water that we're gathering is going into the right area. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing, but from the front, it actually is starting to look really interesting. Oh, these are cute too, actually. But I found these like purple flowers because I'm inspired by one of the purple ones in one of the images. But actually, maybe I could use this instead. Yes, there we go. Let's use two of them, but maybe some of these down here as well. Wait, I could put these here too to kind of hide a little bit of that. And maybe actually that creates a better like a window box idea. Guys, it's actually all working together finally. Thank God. Because, you know, it was touch and go for a while. I was like, what the heck am I doing? And now it's finally coming together. So cute. Okay, guys, so I've done this to the house and I am absolutely obsessed with the way it's turning out. And now I'm still finding more items that I could have used, like this thing. So this is a really cool kind of like little awning. I mean, it doesn't really look exactly like what I was trying to achieve, but maybe I could put it like just above the door here like this. It's a bit of an awkward kind of concept to have it right here, but like there's not much happening around the door. So maybe I actually will do something like that, or else maybe throw down like one of these or something. I just kind of want something above the door. I think the door deserves something because it's a bit of an awkward kind of shape. Oh, actually, wait now. If this, yes, actually, sorry, this one probably works a little bit better here. Okay, guys, so this is what I've done for the house. I'm genuinely in love with this house. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what it is about it. It's a little messy, of course. It's obviously not exactly how I wanted this to be, but being inspired by those three images, I think I managed to create something kind of similar-ish, maybe a little bit glamorized, but we've got a couple of really fun things kind of out the front of the house, and I was really inspired by those purple flowers in one of those pictures. I've also found a couple of really nice items from Get Together, like this little like awning thing. I actually have no idea what that is, but I've just put that there because it kind of has like a really interesting feeling. So now I guess I will probably get a little bit more inspired by the inside of the house. I've done nothing to the back yet, which I am planning on doing once we figure out the floor plan, which is what I want to do now. Why the heck is this there? Like, that is fantastic. Why are you there? Can I just like get rid of you? Is that okay? Yeah, I will get rid of you. Thank you. We are ready to do the layout. And considering this is a big enough house, well, actually, is it that big? I guess it is. I'm going to create a nice kind of like downstairs area. I don't really know exactly what kind of layout a German home would have, but I'm kind of imagining maybe a nice big dining room at the back. Considering this is going to be the garage, maybe you enter the garage through like the kitchen section. Could then also have a nice little dining section over here. We obviously need stairs to get up the stairs, so I'm thinking maybe we could put the stairs over on this side. Why can't I put this there? Oh, it's because we're in this section of the house. Okay, so maybe I'll put the stairs over here, and then I could create like a small little bathroom next to the stair. Okay, but then we have like an awkward gap right there, so that's also not good. Let's say move the stairs over a little bit again, and we just make the bathroom bigger. I don't know, we just have a big downstairs bathroom. So now that looks a little bit better, even though it still looks a little clunky. But at least the stairs are like at the front just as you come in. And then what? This becomes like the hallway area-ish. I guess that's not the worst. I'm interested to hear all about like what you guys think of this. Like if there's any people from Germany watching, maybe even around that area, please let me know, because I would like to know what it is that I've done correctly and what it is that I definitely messed up on, because I always find that quite interesting to, I suppose, learn with these builds as well about different places around the world, because this actually inspired me. This video was inspired by one of you guys. Well, all of you guys actually, because recently I've asked, just like in passing, where you guys are from and things like that, and you guys were saying like, or loads of random countries, so it brought that idea back out into the open again of maybe creating something inspired by the real world and around like actual real places around the world. So this is why videos like this to me are always going to be so special, because you get to just explore and figure out what places are like around the world through The Sims. And I think that is one of the most incredible and fundamental things about The Sims, is that idea of having real life in a game and being able to express what you see around you through a game that you enjoy. I don't know what I'm going to do in this section of the house. This looks a little awkward. Okay, this is a huge house, but this is what I figured out at the top. So we've got a master bedroom with an ensuite. We've got a main kind of bathroom upstairs, weird shape, but whatever. We've got an office space and two maybe like kids bedrooms, or maybe like a kids bedroom and a spare bedroom, and then a long hallway. And also this is a major hallway, but I guess that's fine. I'm okay with this. I'm just doing some like finishing touches around the outside of the house, and I just wanted to show you my favorite tip, which is to outline the pavement that you put down. So if you put down just like flooring pavement, and if it literally looks like a sticker that you just put down on grass, the best thing to do is find like the most similar or the closest thing, at least in color and texture, in the terrain painting, and then just with like a light enough brush tool, you can go over this, just like the edges of it, and make it look like it's a little bit more blended. In my eyes, this looks good, and it just looks a little bit less perfect and a little bit less like the house was just built yesterday, and it has a little bit more of age and like character to it. Guys, I'm obsessed. Like, look at how cute this little house is. I've done kind of similar to the back with the windows, because I just needed to make sure that obviously every room has a nice window. There is a lot of windows happening, to be honest with you, in this section, but I'm kind of more proud of what the outside is looking like, that I'm okay to take the hit with those intense window placements upstairs, because it just seems like this house is actually finally coming together and things are looking good. I've also added like a mailbox on top of the house with some writing on top of it. This suggests maybe like the house number. That's a very common thing in like Eastern European homes as well. So I kind of took inspiration from where I used to live in. So that's what we've got here, with some details kind of happening here. Also need to add the bins somewhere. Now that I think about it, maybe I'll get rid of one of these, and this is where I'll also put the bins. We'll just darken this section up a small bit with some terrain paint, and we will add a nice little bin. Maybe we'll do two. I like the idea of like recycling and general waste. And maybe we'll also change this door to a get together one. I've been really enjoying using get together and figuring out where the actual concept is coming from. Now that I know what I'm building and which area that I'm building, the get to work items really do make a lot of sense in my head. So dare I say, Sandra is learning about the potential aspects of different packs. I'm obsessed with this house though. Look at it. It's so cute. I keep saving like a maniac just in case everything goes wrong, because I don't think I'd be able to do this again. Specifically with this roofing. Like, this is a roofing I don't think I've ever done. Okay, so I'm gonna move into the inside of the house now. Okay, to get a little bit of inspiration, I am on Pinterest, and I did just type in German home interior, which I know this is probably not gonna give me the most idealistic, perfect scenario for what that type of house that I built in is gonna look like on the inside, but I'm just generically getting inspired. So we have a lot of like exposed brick, nice wooden warm colors, obviously like a nice fireplace. So kind of opposite to what I've created on the outside of the house. I like the idea of this. This looks really pretty. I love this, the kind of spandrel, whatever this thing is called on the roof. I like this idea. So maybe we'll get inspired by something like this as well. Oh, like this is kind of cute too. I'm kind of seeing like wooden floor throughout the majority of the house, kind of even like the kitchen. And this one from the Salvadorada kit pack, I can't remember what it's called. I think this one would actually work quite interestingly here. Maybe I'll do like the kids' bedrooms, some carpet. I don't know. Let's do a nice green. Oh, actually, I don't like that green color. Let's do a nice deep blue and maybe a more neutral shade here as well with the kind of fluffy carpet. For the bathroom, I'm kind of envisioning either something like terracotta base like this, or maybe like deep kind of green colors, or maybe something like that with actually something like this in the bathroom could be quite interesting. Wait, is there no wall here? Wait, what the heck is happening over here? Did I not place down a wall? Or wait, is this wall like actually actually not allowing me to paint this section. What the heck is going on with my house? See what I mean? If I remove this, this is actually a wall, right? But then when I take this and put it here, this removes my wall paint. It's gonna be the same over on this side. It is. No, that's not good. I can't paint this section. Okay, well, I guess that wall is just gonna have to stay white. I don't know why all the bathrooms are gonna be green, but that's just what they are. I got inspired by one image and now everything's green. Looking at the walls, a lot of it is really just like either exposed brick. So I'm kind of thinking maybe something like this. And a lot of it is also just like white colors, which makes me think that it's a very simple kind of design. Maybe we could try something like this here. I also do definitely want to have a fireplace in the sitting room. This one doesn't look too bad here. This one's from Cats and Dogs. And again, I don't think I've ever used this one, so that could be a fun option to try. I like the idea of these windows kind of being like closed off quite cozily by this curtain to make it kind of feel like, you know, when you're watching TV, because, oh wait, now actually, will I be able to put a TV up there? I think I will with cheats. I'll just put it up here. I mean, I want a TV in this room, and this is kind of a normal enough thing to do, I believe. Put a TV just like right here. I'm going to tuck it into the wall as far as I can. Is it still floating? Oh Lord, it is. There we go. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think that looks okay. I'm really seeing a lot of like beigey colors, maybe some like greens, reds, maybe some kind of like orangey vibes too. I don't know. I feel like this is not giving me a correct kind of concept. I see some terracotta in a kitchen, and for some reason I really want to try and use some terracotta here. I don't know whether that is an ideal concept in a German home, but I do like the way it looks in this picture that I'm looking at. So wait, now what if we get rid of this and we just create a dining room section like this? And again, every single picture I see, it's just like either really textured wall or else like stone. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do here. Maybe we can kind of get inspired by a little bit of adventure awaits in the kitchen just to bring a little bit of warmth into this place. Maybe we could also paint this kitchen a little bit of like a warmer white. Do you see that? Do you see the difference here? I have no idea, but that's what we've got here. Maybe we could just go for some regular kind of white with a wooden trim inside the hallway. I kind of want to try and use this get together stairs, maybe with this get together wallpaper, which I've never ever used. I mean, it's like a wooden kind of themed. So maybe that mismatch of woods with the white is kind of something that we're inspired by. Like I'm seeing kind of like farmhouse vibes, which I know the house that we're building is not necessarily that, but I'm kind of liking that aesthetic. Look how beautiful that is. That is so nice. Maybe we could add some greens or like some warm colors. Ah, this is beautiful. I love the kind of rugs. I think we've got rugs like this. Yeah, we definitely have got like rugs like this. Even like something like this has that vibe. Even this one. I believe there's one from City Living that could also give me that vibe. Yes, like one of these ones. Actually, this green one isn't too bad of an idea. Maybe we could do like a green dining room maybe. Oh, or even this one. Sorry, now this one in the dining room does look really pretty. Actually, the werewolves one probably is also a really good concept. Why don't I kind of merge two here together to make like a really kind of cozy feeling space? Okay, that's a really weird way to put rugs on top of each other, but I'm kind of liking the vibe. Okay, maybe the way that I'll bring color into this house is through like interesting patterns, because I am looking at some other interior design images now, and there is a lot of very interesting textures and I was gonna say ceramics, no, fabrics that are being used throughout some of these images. So maybe that is one way of introducing a little bit of color in this space. And I am also using a little bit more of the get together items because again, obviously if these are inspired by that world, I do want to use them where possible as well. I still want this place to feel like an interesting, a little sitting room. So we will add a lot of nice cozy plants, bookcases. You know the drill. Make this a really nice and vibey. Oh, I kind of want to use like this item here too. I don't know whether this really works here. Okay, now maybe I'll actually work a little bit more over on the other side. I like the idea of like the firewood being in there. And maybe we could kind of match it a little bit more to the red of the chairs. I hope this is like accessible for your Sims. It's a bit busy. It's a bit wild, but I kind of do love it. I think there's something kind of interesting about this space. I've also done the bathrooms, by the way. I just made them kind of nice and modern too, because looking at a lot of like bathroom ideas on Pinterest in Germany, apparently they've got beautiful contemporary designed bathrooms. So I don't know, that's just what we got there, and we've got a little bit of a color too. Okay guys, so to speed the house up a little bit, I actually did most of the communal areas. So like I done a little garage, which is really simple, just used the, what is it called, the workshop kit, whatever that one's called. Then we also did 2 kids rooms, so again very simple, one of them into horses and animals and all that jazz. And the other one I'm thinking kind of maybe an in-between child and teenager stage. So the room is kind of altering. There's some like instruments, maybe they're getting into music. A little bit less kiddie, but still really nice and like child friendly, I'd like to think, because I know I always hear you guys wanting more child gameplay. Well, I suppose maybe just more children's rooms. And I try, even though it's not really something that I enjoy the most, but I do really enjoy the aspect of bringing in more generational gameplay. Anyways, what I want to do is maybe do the kitchen next together. I'm also kind of thinking about doing some maybe kind of either ground or green is what I was about to say. I'm actually not really feeling well today. I didn't really want to say it because I think still when I feel ill, I still really love to play The Sims, but I don't really want to tell you guys when I'm sick because I don't want to bring the mood down. Honestly, you guys don't really need to know that I'm ill, but I have been kind of feeling down today. I think it's just because of the weather. It could just be me getting a little bit run down, which is fine. I'll get over it because Sims really just makes me want to play and it makes me feel better when I play The Sims. So that's why I'm still here recording for you guys. Also, it can't be that bad if I'm still recording. I'm making a house like this, so I think I'm fine. But what I want to do is I want to create kind of like a green kitchen, and I rarely ever use like the actual full cabinets, like all of these, like different pieces. I'm never really one to use things like this. So maybe today I do use it. I just hate the fact that this is like repetitive, and it's tough for me to actually use it when I know I have to use like all of the aspects. Okay, can I not put that piece there? Excuse me. Oh, I guess this looks good there. Okay, that's kind of cute. Oh, I like the corner piece, but the corner piece doesn't work. I think this kind of green concept is quite interesting in this room, and I am also going to bring in those like kind of textures back in here. Actually, maybe this rug from, what is that pack called? Adventure Awaits. I think that looks quite well here. I'm really into doing like a separate kitchen counter thing over on this side. And now actually, now that I think about it, maybe I could use, wait, like one of these things. Oh, that's kind of funky. Could use this thing here. Yes. Can I use the corner piece here? Still no. Although wait, that's kind of fun. I like this. Yes. Okay, so we've got a bin. What the heck do we put on this wall? I kind of like the objects that I find in this category. So this is like the displays category, which in my eyes is just a shelf category, but there are a couple of really nice pieces here. Like this green thing, even though it's really chunky. Maybe if I put it into the middle like that, it would work. Oh, this thing too. I like this idea. Maybe we'll keep that in this room. There's like board games and really cute items on this. Also, I found this really cool clock that I really want to try use here because I never used that clock, so I want to try use it today. What if I actually put this thing next to it as well? I, for whatever reason, want to put scoundrels here, even though I know that's like ridiculous. Like, why would I want scoundrels here? But well, these things, I kind of like the idea. Oh, how am I supposed to do that here? I'd have to like put fences down. You know, the idea of having actual like wooden beams going through the house. Oh, that could be fun. Wait, that means I don't really need these scoundrels. I don't know why I put them there. Wait, that could be kind of fun. I mean, it looks a little weird here, to be honest with you, but maybe if I also paint the ceiling, because I've seen a couple of pictures of German inspired homes that they had like just a white ceiling. But if I go for like a warmer kind of wooden ceiling, would it work with my scoundrels? Yeah, kind of. Do you know what? I actually like this. I'm going to keep this at least in this room. I know it's a little awkward to play with. I'm not going to lie. It does look a little bit annoying, but I did get inspired by that. So at least here, maybe I will bring that concept through. Okay, so that is our kitchen. Those scoundrels are annoying me, but just envision them for now. I might delete them at the end, but just imagine the concept, okay? Get inspired. Now, let's do the dining room together. So for this, again, I want like a big rustic table. That is kind of the vibe that I'm feeling. I do really like this new one from Adventure Awaits as well. We got like this thing too, actually, which the glass, maybe it's a little too contemporary, but maybe this concept of like the earthy kind of wooden vibes with the glass can bring the contemporary vibes from the kitchen back into this space. I also kind of want to do a combination of rugs here as well because that rug is just not big enough for me. I feel like I need to get Tool Mod. I feel like you guys have said this to me before, but Tool Mod I feel like would be able to help me with just sizing things up ever so slightly, because if I size these up, they are way too huge. I want it like to be sized up by like half, if you get me. Okay, so then for the chairs, what do we have from together? Like, what are you suggesting for dining chairs? Okay, we've got this, which is, it's nice, but the wooden is just like, the wood is not gonna match the table that I've chosen. We've also got these, which these have a little bit of a bigger collection, but again, I don't really see this. I feel like this room is a little mismatched. Let's go back to the drawing board. What if I type in German? Oh no, not sitting room, dining. room. I know, again, these are not going to be exact, but I just need to get inspired. Okay, so we've got something like this. Okay, that's gone. Like these kind of chairs. You cannot see them with my head. Do you see them just above my head? Or else kind of more contemporary vibe, but I think I'm going with that rustic. Oh, look at this. Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're going to do this. That's so bloody adorable. I'm going to cry. Oh, that reminds me of Christmas. Oh, no. Okay, screw this glass table. I am just deleting everything except for, well, actually, no, I'll leave this thing because maybe that will work, but just don't look at it for the time being because it's kind of ruining my vibe. I want a lovely, warm vibed table. Maybe actually, do you know what? Give me this one. I'll work with this. Mismatched chairs for the win. I mean, I'm sorry. This is exactly what I was looking for and I found it. And I'm so bloody glad I did. I love the idea of like this wholesome vibe. I know the mismatched chairs are a lot and they're not for everyone and I totally get that. But for some reason, the idea of the mismatched chairs give me like the sense of wholesomeness, of coziness, and of just being invited into somebody's home and them opening themselves up to you and showing you their mismatched chairs. And you're not going to be like, why are your chairs mismatched? You're going to be like, wow, you've really created your home out of what you have. So it's not necessarily the beauty of things being put together. This is more so about seeing that vibe over time of things that you've like patched your home up with. And that's why I love mismatched chairs. What the heck is going on with me? I'm definitely sick. I'm like talking in the weirdest metaphors. I wish there was actually like items, right? So imagine this. We obviously have got like items like this, but I wish there was like a thing that I could set the table with. So for the vibe, I'd have like a set table. I know that you can ask your sim to set the table, which is obviously like really cute, but I wish there was like an item that I could use. You know, like in that image, the way the table is kind of set, I wish I could do that. Like I wish I could put like cloth over my table, set it with like knives and forks. Like I wish I could do that. When can I do that, Sims, please? Okay, I think this is like busy kind of enough, you know, it just kind of shows that you're having a bunch of random items here. I'm definitely going to add maybe this like little wicker basket of cute little blankets here. Lovely kind of wholesome curtains. Whatever the heck that means, actually. What the heck are wholesome curtains? Oh, maybe these ones actually. I kind of like the vibe of this. We could make this clock a bit smaller and put it in between the curtains. We'll have this at a slight bit of a bend, bit of an angle next to the wicker chair. It gets the vibe across. I'm also thinking like a big bookshelf. This one here could work quite nicely and we could have like some beautiful plants or maybe a chair next to it because you can come in here and read some books if you wanted to. Oh guys, this is looking so cute already and I haven't even like done anything. I want lovely flowers everywhere or maybe just more books actually would probably make more sense to have here. After this video, I'm actually going baking a cake. I'm going to do like a chocolate cake with, oh, for a second I was like, how would you get into this room? Okay, this is the door. I'm going to do like a chocolate cake with, I made my own jam yesterday as well. I don't know what the heck's going on with me, but I made like strawberry and blueberry jam. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. What did I say I wanted on this wall? Oh, probably just like a table. Okay, so I'm going to like cut the chocolate cake in half and put like a vanilla cream in the middle, right? So imagine that. And then some of my jam, cream, and then sprinkled. Oh yeah, and chocolate chips inside of it as well. Sorry, I know that sounds like a lot, but I'm very excited to go baking straight after this video. Even though I shouldn't, because as I said, I don't really feel the greatest today. I feel like I should be resting. I feel like I should be in bed. But look, The Sims is life, first of all. That's what I'm going to say to you. The Sims is the one thing in my life that actually genuinely makes me so incredibly happy that like I want to build. I want to come in and play The Sims, even though my body is probably telling me like, Sandra, you should probably go to bed. But I'm like, no, I'm going to build a German inspired house and then I'm going to go baking. Like, what is wrong with me? I really want this room to feel like super cluttered. Oh, this thing. Oh my God. Yes. Sorry. I want this on the floor. Oh my God. These are so cute. I don't use this thing enough. So I'm going to put 2 of them here. Oh, we could have like a cute little book here as well. Absolutely. This is definitely like a very wholesome, cute dining room. Like we love to invite guests over. We love to have like little parties. And this is definitely an adorable little setup. And we are obsessed with this pear. That's why we've got a cute picture of it. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. I need more plants. Like I want like a bigger plant here as well. Maybe I'll put this one here. Or actually, no, wait, this one could go here. And then on the other side, I still want like a bigger plant. I really love this plant, even though I desperately overuse it. But it is a very nice like party piece. That's the only way I can describe it. It's a big chunky piece. Nice vibes, fills up the room, looks really wholesome. Okay, there we go. So we could do this. I could actually keep this item here, maybe in like a darker color. And let's just put like another maybe like painting next to it. I like the concept of this one, having like a little thing of like butterflies and stuff. Like maybe we love butterflies. I don't know guys, but this dining room is like turning out to be so cute. Okay guys, there we go. We've got, I've added 2 chairs and and we've got some beautiful lights, and that's what we've got here in our dining room. So there we go. That is the downstairs now, I think, relatively complete. So the one last thing I got to do is the master bedroom, which now that I think about it, the master bedroom is quite small, and I'm desperately annoyed that this wall, like this wall doesn't exist. Well, no, it does exist. I think it's just when you put the roof really close to the wall like that, apparently, it seems to not allow you to paint it, which is kind of annoying. So let me know what you think I did wrong there, but whatever. I'm going to add maybe the bed on this side. Let me see. Could I maybe use like this bed? I kind of like the idea of maybe adding a little bit of wallpaper and warmth to this room. Maybe we could still add like some brick kind of features like this, but maybe like a funky wallpaper. Oh, I could use this, but I did just use this in the bathroom. I definitely want more warmth in this room for sure. Maybe it's because I'm cold. I shouldn't be projecting what I want out of The Sims through the fact that I'm cold. Oh, wait, I just realized this wall will have to be white because I can't. Oh, but then, yeah, the outside will be that color too. Okay, so this wall will have to be white. So now that I think about it, why don't we actually run the brick on this side and we just do white on this wall? It's a bit sad looking and it's a bit boring. Unless I do like a warmer color. Maybe that's kind of fun. I like the light wood of this bed. So I'm really hoping to match some nice bedside lockers to this. I wish this bedside locker came with that color. It doesn't. It comes with like a really lovely other wooden colors, but not the wooden color that I want. I like the idea of this case, but I feel like not for a master bedroom. Should have put that in the kids' room. Oh, that would be nice, but it does not match the bed. Is it normal for your bedside lockers to match your bed? Oh, this thing. Sorry, this is ideal. I feel like I've been using a lot of Horse Ranch and English Pack, whatever that one's called. I can never remember. Getting with the cows. I don't know. I know that Horse Ranch is not necessarily like European. The English Pack most definitely is European. So maybe that's why I'm inspired by like those kind of concepts. I'll just do a nice little bedside locker clock. But then still maybe we could do some like lights like this. Maybe if I scale this one down, could this give me the vibe that I'm looking for? I guess actually that's quite cute. Again, I'm gonna pick the nicest, most textured rug the world has ever seen. I wonder, could I use another one of these here? I know I've got this one in the dining room, but is there another one I could use? There's a white one. Wait, did I not use that green one anywhere? Oh, I didn't. Oh, well, maybe let's merge the green here. Am I actually going to do another like a rug overlay? Oh my god, there's something wrong with me. Like, why am I doing this? Like, why can't I just pick one rug and stick with it? Like, why do I have to do two rugs on top of each other? I actually think in real life I also would hate that concept because it's so like messy and cluttered. And recently I actually fell over in my slipper. Well, I didn't actually like fall over that dramatically, just a little bit. I fell like walking past a rug, technically, the only way I can describe it, and it wasn't very nice. Dare I say, the slippers that I'm wearing are not very safe, and I fell kind of like because my slipper caught the edge of the rug, and yeah, it was quite bad. So careful when you're walking, especially in the winter if you do wear slippers and you're all like huddled up and you're not really looking where you're going. Also, that was me. I wasn't really looking at what was going on around me, and then I fell over. So just be careful. Don't make a Sandra mistake. We'll still add like my favorite curtains into this room, I think, to bring that like back to it being a little bit maybe of a contemporary home. Maybe this home originally was more traditional, but over time the homeowners are trying to renovate it. Maybe that's what's happening here. So certain parts of this, like maybe the bathrooms are more renovated, but everything else is still, some of it is still quite old feeling. So I like that concept. I like to tell myself concept and that they do work. Oh, that's lovely. I love an idea of an ottoman at the end of the bed. I don't know. That is our master bedroom, guys. So the one last room I'm going to do is a nice office space. And for this, I'm really feeling like earthy vibes as well. With that idea, I think I am going to go for this table as well. Maybe this like black legs with the warmer kind of wood. There isn't really a warm chair that I'm so far finding. I could go for a black one, or else maybe this with the black and the gold, although that's not really rustic enough. Is that what I'm looking for? Like that thing. This feels very rustic, although maybe this get together chair in black. Okay, that's very dark. I was kind of thinking that maybe this get together chair would work here, but is this really working here? Maybe I need a rug. Let's get another combination of rugs. Yes, everybody. What about this color? Make it smaller and just put it like this, like a nice bluey kind of reddy color. Oh wait, maybe we can introduce a little bit of this here. Yes, I love this. This is really good. Now this is exactly what I was looking for. And then like a dark brown wallpaper for the other walls. Window is a little bit weird in the corner, so I think I'm gonna play with that idea and actually just cover it up with like maybe actually this thing. So maybe maybe this room is still a little bit more like old-fashioned feeling in the sense that these people haven't really properly renovated it yet. So they obviously have got like their nice little decoration. So they'll have like a lovely like maybe candle or a lovely light here. They have like their new beautiful appliances, but still the actual house is still slightly like older feeling. I like that idea. Maybe I'll actually use like this bookcase here. I know I can fit it with my own bookcases, which I will. As in I'll fit my own little books around here. Or else maybe like these people got this house like handed down from like a family member after they passed or something, so that, you know, now they're kind of bit by bit renovating this home, but like it is a big, really nice traditional home. So they are working on renovating it, making it look more contemporary, because maybe this house is quite old, so there is maybe some drafts and things, like a bit cold here and there, especially coming into the winter time. So definitely these people are like in the process of renovating. That's why they still have like old curtains, but maybe like they brought in their new PC in here and they're working away. They're making it work with what they've got. And I think that concept and that idea is really making this house now seem like it makes a little bit more sense, because again, I was inspired by literally only the things that I've seen on Pinterest. So this is not geographically correct by no means, and I wasn't trying to make it like absolutely perfect. I was just having a little bit of fun with it, and I definitely can say that I had fun doing this. Okay, so this is what I've done for this room. We've got like a really old mirror and maybe like an old image. This kind of reminds me of Windenburg, so maybe this is a picture of like old Germany. And I like the concept that this room still doesn't have like a light fixture, like a proper thing. The bookshelf is weird because they spent all of the money on making sure that the kids' rooms feel nice and cozy. You know, they renovated the kids' rooms, they renovated the bathrooms so that their means of living is still like met, you know, like they've got lovely, well, the kitchen's actually kind of nice. It's old, but maybe they got like new stoves and things. But like all of the other space, actually the garage is beautiful and nicely done with beautiful walls. But I like the idea that things like the office space, things that aren't really a necessity, they kind of left a little bit more like run down and rustic and still kept a lot of like original furnishings. So yeah, guys, I think that now completes my whole house. I'm really not sure if I'm missing something. I'm just gonna add some stuff to the back of the house just to make sure that we've got like maybe some kids' toys and things. I do apologize if I did forget something or made some mistakes in this video, because progressively as I'm recording this, I am kind of feeling worse at first, to be honest with you. And I still have to go bake. Well, I don't have to go baking. I want to go baking. Okay, guys, so now my little German-inspired home is complete. I really hope you enjoyed it. This is what it looks from the outside of the house. Can I just remind you? Also, I actually used that table that I was going to use with the glass because I still think it has nice qualities. This house, and I did pair it with some Adventure Awaits stuff, which I do think it works quite well here. This is what the back of the house looks like. I know that the little windows that I've created, they're not like perfect. So yeah, before you come at me, just don't worry about it. It's a little bit weird. Just squint your eyes when you're looking at my build is what I'm going to say to you. But looking at this, I think I'm quite proud of myself for what I managed to create out of the images that I have stumbled upon on Google. And then we have a beautifully decorated house. Well, beautifully, I'm tooting my own horn a lot here, but I have really enjoyed having like a different area at the back of my mind when I'm building. As I said, I know this isn't like culturally exactly correct to what every single German home looks like on the outside. Sorry, on the outside and the inside, but still having a different location inside your mind when you're building can create a very interesting space. Like it calls for a totally different mindset, and I think it created something totally out of my comfort zone. So I think one last thing I'm gonna do is do a little tour. Well, guys, welcome on into my beautiful little house inspired by Germany, a randomly located area that I just, you know, I don't know, I stumbled upon a street in a city. I have done this, as I said, in the past with America, so I will leave that link for you down below, but I've never done a European country, so let me know if you'd like me to try maybe a different location around the world as well. Anyways, as you come through the front door, you are greeted with a nice humble little front entrance room. We've got a beautiful bathroom right here, nicely decorated in quite a contemporary style, but then we've got some more rustic, more traditional feelings, because as I said, maybe the family got this house, you know, they moved in after a passing away of a member of a family, and now they're like bit by bit restoring the home. Oh, I really like this concept. Okay, from the bottom camera view, this looks a lot better. I think this whole idea of the wooden beams kind of holding up the house, but you know, for gameplay it's not that ideal. But as I said, these people are refurbishing this house bit by bit. Oh my god, sorry, this dining room makes me so happy. I don't know what it is. So bit by bit they're restoring bits, but they're leaving. Maybe this is like the family member that passed away. That's so sad. Okay, anyway, so this is what we've got going on down here. We've also got a nice renovated garage space. Obviously make sure the car is safe say. Whoa, I just like bashed through all of the walls, whatever. Anyways, then going upstairs, we've got the bedrooms. So we've got a beautiful, okay, a little bit of a mismatch of styling here. So again, maybe bit by bit, these people are renovating their home. That's actually what my parents are doing. When we bought our house in Ireland, it was an old build. It wasn't like a new build by no means, but bit by bit, they are renovating little pieces of each room. So it's not like a proper renovation. It's like bit by bit, you're doing whatever you've got the cash to do so. So I think the same thing is happening here. But as I said, because they've got 2 kids here, they really wanted to make sure that their rooms and the bathrooms were renovated to the best of their abilities, because they wanted to make sure that their kids feel nice and warm and safe and whatever the hell not. Anyways, this is the second bedroom here. Oh, this cute little thing. He's all grumpy. That's adorable. We've got like some imaginary friends here as well. And we've got like a horse themed bed, which is quite cute. Anyways, and then we've got the one last room of the house, which is the office space, which again kind of shows you that concept of the fact that maybe this is a little bit of an older house still and they're working through renovating it. Generally speaking, I think I never build homes like this, so I am extremely proud of the way that this has turned out, and I 100% want to try a challenge like this again. So please let me know what you think of this build and what other kind of challenges I could try to make me build maybe from places around the world. Sorry, look how cute my little house is. But I know there's like a random world generator website as well that kind of just like drops you into some random coordinates. So maybe I could do a challenge like that as well. But I would like to maybe do like maybe South America. I think I did like a lot of Japanese, like Asian inspired homes, but maybe we could get inspired by somewhere in China as well. There are so many different places because I'd like to almost like test my knowledge of whether I can create something in The Sims. As I said, this did feel like a bit of an exam situation. Well guys, if you have enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe. Let me know your suggestions and your feedback on this build down in the comments. As this is Monday, I always ask for some build inspirations down in the comments for the week. So please let me know them down in the comments. And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!